संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you on this auspicious day on which Lord Ganesha manifested in this plane of existence to bless all of us. Today is the auspicious Tithi according to the Hindu calendar, that is Chaturthi, the fourth day of the Shukla Paksha. The month is called Bhadrapada Masa or month. So, we generally calculate our month and date according to the Gregorian calendar. But according to the Hindu almanac, this is the Bhadrapada Masa Chaturthi Shukla Paksha. So now, on this day, Ganesha manifested on this plane of existence, not that he was born and he will die. Anything which is born will die. So, Ganesha is not so. He was always there. He is the Parabrahma Swarupa. He has taken this form. As I have been many times telling, in Hinduism, there are so many gods and goddesses. 330 millions of gods and goddesses. So here, it is only one God, the Parabrahma Swarupa, who is Nirakar, Nirguna Parabrahma, who is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. He can take any form, he can take any, he can manifest any amount of energy, any forms, anything because of his omniscience, omnipotent nature. So, why is he taking so many forms? Why can't we, like in some other Semitic religions, worship one God? No. While telling about the difference between other religion and our religion, Hinduism, Sri Ramakrishna makes mention of the musical instruments. If you go to the marriage ceremony in India, in North India, they play the Shahanai or any other temples too. If you go to South India, it is called Nadaswara. At that time, one person will be just blowing one instrument, just one monotone. Boom, that's all. That will be the Shruti, just like this Tanpura, giving only one tune. But the other person with his instrument will be playing so many varieties of raga and raginis. Raga means tune. It has both male and female in Indian classical music. It's called raga, means male ragas. Ragini means female ragas. So raga, ragini, female and male tunes. So many others, so many permutation combinations. Now, Ramakrishna tells this person who plays one monotone. So other religions, we just tell one God, one religion, one book, and other things are like that. But Hinduism is so vast and so universal. Sri Ramakrishna tells that it is just like this, playing so many varieties of tunes. It is from time immemorial. God taking different forms and peculiar forms. So here, we have to note that God is one. We are worshipping only one God. But all cannot digest formlessness, or all cannot understand what is without attributes. So, God, out of infinite compassion, to help us who are now not so strong in our mind, in our senses, so to help us, we cannot understand what is infinity, what is omnipotent, omniscient, and all the other complex things. It is just figure of speech, that's all. So to help us, that infinite compassionate Lord takes different forms, different qualities, ideals to set before us, so that we can move step by step towards Himself and realize our true nature, that is the Shivatva or the Parabrahma. We are of the nature of that very Lord. Tattvam Asi Aham Brahmasmi. So now, what does Ganesha, who comes down to our nature, represent some ideal so that we can go forward? So that is what we have to see. Every god and goddess, they represent some ideal for us to take and practice that, inculcate that in our life and practice that and go forward. Today, while we are thinking and meditating and glorifying Ganesha, we will see what is that important aspect, the ideal which Lord Ganesha represents. He keeps in front of us so that we can inculcate that and go forward in spiritual life to know our true nature. Before that, I'm just going to chant one mantra that is called Ganesha Suktam from the oldest of the Vedas, Rig Veda. So let me chant this Veda mantra from the Rig Veda on Ganesha, Ganesha Suktam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gananāntva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavīnāmupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannotibhis Siddhasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhidvajinivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Atuna Indrakshumantam Chitrangrabham Sangrabhaya Mahahasti Dakshinena Vidmahitva Tuvikurmin Tuvideshnan Tuvimagham Tuvimatramavobhihi Nahitva Shuradevanamartat Soditsantam Bhimannagam Varayante Eton Vindram Stavamesha Anam Vasvasvarajam Naradhasamardhishannaha Prasto Oshadupagasi Shachravatsamagiyamaanam Abhiradasa Jugurat Ano Bharadakshine Nabhisavyena Pramrusha Indramano Vasurnidbhak Upakramasva Bharadrishata Dhrishno Janānam Ada Ashushtarasedaha Indraya Unute Asti Vajo Viprebhissanitvaha Asmabhissutam Sanuhi Sadyo Juvaste Vaja Asmabhyam Vishvaschandraha Vashayischa Makshujarante Gananāntva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavīnāmupamashravastamam ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् निषुसीदगणपते गणेषु त्वामाहुर्विप्रतमं कवीनां नृते त्वत्क्रियते किञ्चनारे महामर्कं मघवन् चित्रमर्च अभिख्यानो मघवन्नाधमानान् सखे बोधिवसुपते सखीनां रणं कृदिरणकृत्सत्यशुष्मा भक्ते चिदा भजाराये अस्मान् ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीगणेशार्पणमस्तु. We have a very wonderful shloka on Lord Ganesha. And what is that? Agajanana Padmarkam. Gajanana has the name, but here they have started as Agajanana. What is the meaning of Agaja? Gaja. Agaja means Parvata, mountain. What is that? Who is that? Ja means born. Agaja, one who is born in the mountain. Who was that? It was Parvati or Gauri. Agaja, Anana. Anana means face. Padma Arkam. What is Padma? Padma means lotus. Arkam is the sun. When the sun rises, lotus blooms. Likewise, if you go forward in this verse, Agajanana Padmarkam Gajananam Aharnisham. Anytime, whenever the Divine Mother Parvati would look at Ganesha, then her face would bloom or beam like the lotus would bloom when it would see the sun. When the sun rises, the lotus blooms. Likewise, the moment, whether it was morning or evening, any time of the day, the Divine Mother Parvati would see the face, beautiful face of Ganesha, her face would bloom like that sun. Agajanana Padmarkam Gajananam Aharnisham. Then the other verse is Anekadantam Bhaktanam. We know that Ganesha is Ekadanta. Then why is he called Anekadanta? Here the speciality of Sanskrit verse is Aneka Dam means boons. He gives so many boons to us. Aneka means many, many. Dam, tam to him. Bhaktanam to all the devotees, his votaries, his devotees. Ekadantam, Lord Ganesha, who has only one. The other one is broken for some purpose. He had broken it for some purpose. Ekadantam upasmahe. I bow down to thee. So you should see here the Divine Mother would get so much of happiness to see that beautiful face. Mother Durga would feel happy. Not only Mother Durga, even Mother Lakshmi, Saraswati, all the goddesses would feel so happy to see this wonderful face of Ganesha. Why is it? Let us go and see. Before that, we also know that Ganesha is the Vignaharta, one who removes obstacle. Is it just a belief or superstition in our Hindu religion? No. Go to any part of the world, whether you go to China, whether you go to Tibet, whether you go to Vietnam, whether you go to Japan, whether you go to Cambodia, whether you go to Thailand, whether you go to Indonesia, Bali, Jakarta, wherever you go, they worship Lord Ganesha in the same fashion as we worship here, and he is also called the one who removes the obstacles. Now, I will give you one example. We should not think that these are all some superstitious story concocted in our Puranas. Now, let me tell you, in Indonesia, which is a Muslim majority country, there about 85 to 90% are Muslims. It's a Muslim majority country. There, once one of our MP, the present BJP MP, Dr. Subramania Swami, asked the finance minister of Indonesia about how Ganapati on the currency would bring them good fortune. He would remove the obstacles as they had already done, and what they should have done to tackle the devaluation of their currency. And surprisingly, it worked, and their currency stopped getting devaluated. So they started to believe in this, and somehow Ganapati brings them good fortune, and they continue to have him in the currency. Even up till 2008, that currency had Lord Ganesha on the note of Indonesia, which is a Muslim majority country. So, he is the remover of obstacles in our life. When we remember him, when we pray to him, he removes. Lord Ganesha is regarded in Indonesia also as a symbol of wisdom and education. Hence, his image is wisely used in many educational institutions like schools and even in universities. If you go to the social media and type what are the institutions having the name of Ganapati, you will find so many. I have picture of all that thing. Another incidence whereby you will see how you can see universally Lord Ganesha is accepted, that he removes the obstacle of the votaries. What is that? There is one 700-year-old idol. Where is it? Where have they put that? Is there a temple there? No. It's in the open. Where has that been idol, this 700-year-old idol of Ganesha been established? At the mouth of a active volcanic mountain. This 700-year-old Ganesha idol sits at the mouth of an active volcano. That is, what is the name of that mountain? Mount Bromo. It is perched right at the edge of the volcano, and you can even see some fumes coming off from behind that image. The people live near this volcanic mountain believe that Ganesha protects them from the deadly volcanic eruptions of Mount Bromo. When a volcanic eruption occurs, the magma comes out as lava and it is extremely hot. This goes on to disrupt civilizations and livelihoods nearby. Even the fumes coming out that active volcano are poisonous when inhaled for a longer period. This Ganesha protects the people of Mount Bromo from all these mishaps and is a savior for them. It is believed that the idol was installed by the ancestors of the Tenga massive tribe around 700 years ago. To this day, people make offerings to Ganesha in order to keep protecting them from that volcanic eruptions. Now, this has become a strict tradition here. Even if there are small eruptions of volcano, people still worship the idol based on traditions. It is also said that if flowers and fruits are not offered to Ganesha, the active volcano will erupt and make the land barren. Isn't it an interesting universal fact? It's not only in India, but it is in so many other countries. We can see Lord Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. Now, going forward, we see such big Ganesha. We will be wondering, many of us will be wondering, why does he have such a small mount? All the other gods and goddesses have such wonderful, beautiful, like swan, like peacock, like Garuda, like a lion. All these things are there. But Lord Ganesha has a very peculiar mount. Let us, to understand that, go forward to see this, sing this English song. Many of you know this English song. Recently, we practiced this for the Children's Cultural Festival, and all the children's sang that so beautifully during the Children's Cultural Festival. It's a very simple song. I will teach that song now. What is that song in English on Ganesha? Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. So, Lambodara. Lambodara means Lamba Udaraha Yasya Saha, was a big bulky stomach. So, many of us Hindus, especially Hindus, we don't exercise. We love Ganesha because Ganesha doesn't believe in weight loss. That's why most of us Hindus like Ganesha very much, because Ganesha is a very big Lambodara, bulky stomach. So let us sing this wonderful song in English. Very simple, you can all sing this song after me. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. You are the son of Shiva Parvati. You are the son of Shiva Parvati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. We offer you Modaka Payasa. We offer you Modaka Payasa. You are the steno of Veda Vyasa. You are the steno of Veda Vyasa. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Riding a rat, oh, belting a serpent, oh. 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 You have the face of an elephant, oh. You have the face of an elephant, oh. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. You are the son of Shiva Parvati. You are the son of Shiva Parvati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Come, O bulky stomach, the Ganapati. Let us see why our Ganesha, our favorite god, has this rat. Mouse has this vehicle. Let us observe, there are two theories for this. Now, in India, from time immemorial, India was a agrarian, primarily which is agriculture as their mode of everything. So it was agrarian culture. When agriculture was the primary mode of sustenance, rodents, that is rats and rodents, all these things, bandicoots, they belong to the rat family. Rodents were one of the biggest obstacles to prosperity, as they are for farmers even today. Destroying crops, eating stored grains are all in a day's work for a rodent. For the farmers to grow that grains, it will take so much of time, and to store them, but for the rat, it is just a day's work for the rodent. Lord Ganesha is having a mouse, a rat as his vehicle, is symbolically shown to have conquered this pest for us, thus staying true to his name and work as the destroyer of obstacles according to the biodiversity of India or wherever farmers are. Because everyone of us, maybe you were working in some other field, but for us to sustain, we need food. So we all need farmers. So to remove that obstacle, Ganesha is the controller. He removes this obstacle of the pest. Second, Lord Ganesha was, another theory of it is, Lord Ganesha was able to reach all nook and crannies of the world and to do his duty as the destroyer of obstacles, because his vehicle was a mouse. In India, you have similar to that a vehicle called auto rickshaw. I think if you go to India, you see that three-wheeled auto rickshaw. So they make fun, just like here the taxi, here the combis. It is more worst in India. What do? Wherever the first wheel, just like the cockroach, if its antenna can go anywhere, it can run into that space. Likewise, wherever this little space is there in the traffic, the auto will go there and make a traffic jam. So likewise here, our rat as the vehicle of Ganesha can go into any nook and crannies, taking Ganesha wherever the problem is for his devotees. His vehicle is a mouse, because mice, rat can slither through tiny holes and narrow pathways. So these two theories can be seen for Ganesha having the mouse or rat as his Vahana. Now, I will tell you one special story which you have not heard of earlier. What is that? See, during the Lakshmi Puja, or if you go to any businessman in India, especially in North India and central part of India, if you go to any business enterprise, any shop, what will you see there? There is the photo of Mother Lakshmi, Ganesha together. What is that? How did this tradition come up? I will take you through one beautiful story. According to the Puranas, once Goddess Lakshmi grew very little egoistic, arrogant. What was that? About her wealth and powers. Everybody has to depend upon her. While having a conversation with her husband Vishnu, she kept praising herself, claiming that she is the only one worthy of worship. She is the one who bestows everyone with money and wealth. On hearing the non-stop self-praise, Vishnu, Lord Narayana or Vishnu, decided to get rid of her arrogance, to reduce that ego. Very calmly, Vishnu said that in spite of having all the qualities, a woman remains incomplete if she does not bear children of herself. Motherhood is the ultimate joy that a woman can experience, and since Lakshmi did not have any children, she could not be deemed complete. On hearing this, Goddess Lakshmi was extremely disappointed. With a heavy heart, Goddess Lakshmi worshipped Mother Durga or Parvati to seek help since goddess Parvati had two children, two sons, Lord Kartikeya, that is Tamil people call him Muruga, Kartikeya or Subramanya, Lord Kartikeya, and the other son, elder son was Lord Ganesha. Lakshmi requested that, "O my mother goddess Parvati, please let me adopt one of your divine sons to experience the joy of motherhood." Mother goddess Parvati was reluctant to let Lakshmi adopt her son because it was known that Lakshmi is Chanchala. Some of the people I have seen in Johannesburg, one man has the name Chanchal. It's the name of the Lakshmi. But it is generally it should be kept for the women, female. But a man is having the name Chanchal. So what is that aspect of Mother Lakshmi? She doesn't stay at one place. She will be moving always. She never stays. So economy will be pure when the money is flowing, they tell. So money doesn't stay at one place. That's why another name for Lakshmi is Chanchala. Chanchala means she will not stay in one place. She will be moving, restless. So her name is Chanchala. So Parvati thought, if I give my son in adoption to you, you are restless and Chanchala, then you may give up my child and put him into trouble. So how can I? Mother Goddess Parvati was reluctant to let Lakshmi adopt her son because it was known that Lakshmi is Chanchala, means does not stay in one place for long. So she would not be able to take care of her divine son. All of you, while trying to earn the money or do any business, you will see that you will have so much of monetary problem. Sometimes money will come, sometimes it will vanish. We do not know how. We do all the hard work, we do everything. We put money into the bank and store money, but in spite of that, we will lose money. So she doesn't stay in one place. She will be moving about here and there. So she would not be able to take care of her divine son Ganesha. But Lakshmi requested too much and assured Parvati that she would take care of her son Ganesha in every possible way and bestow him with all my happiness. Understanding Lakshmi's pain, finally Mother Goddess Parvati blessed her to adopt Ganesha as her son. Goddess Lakshmi became extremely happy and said that she will bestow Ganesha with all her accomplishment and prosperity. Those worshipping Lakshmi for wealth would first have to worship Lord Ganesha to seek her blessings. Those who will worship Lakshmi without Ganesha will not be blessed by Goddess Lakshmi. That was the boon given by Mother Lakshmi to Ganesha. Hence, Lakshmi is always worshipped along with Ganesha during Deepavali. Not only Deepavali, any businessman you can see in India or anywhere you go, there will be Lakshmi and Ganesha together. Now, what is the message given by this story to us? Gaining wealth without wisdom and intellect will only result in misusing the wealth. Ganesha stands for wisdom and intellect. Mother Lakshmi for wealth. So if you gain wealth without intellect, without wisdom, then you may spend it in improper ways and the wealth will not stay with you. Therefore, Lakshmi and Ganesha are must and should be worshipped together. Gaining wealth without intellect will only result in misusing the wealth. So, one must first acquire the intelligence to spend wealth in the right manner. Therefore, Lakshmi and Ganesha are worshipped together. Now, we will come to another beautiful ideal and aspect of Ganesha. And what is that? Now, we all talk of women empowerment, women empowerment. True women empowerment can be seen in the life of Lord Ganesha. How is that? Let us go and find out how he had intense Matru Bhakti, devotion to his mother, which is the ideal which Ganesha represent as a manifestation of that Parabrahma Swarupa, highest Godhead. How is it if you have intense devotion to your mother, then what is that speciality you are going to get? You will get so much of purity of your mind. Seeing that aspect of mother in all the female beings, you will respect all the women. So then your mind will be so pure that there will be no obstacles in your life. You will be first everywhere. That's why Ganesha is worshipped first. Why? You can see what is that quality. Before entering into that, we will sing one beautiful song on Ganesha to ask him, pray him to give that purity which you have to see mother in all the female aspect, to see mother just like him. Let us also gain that wonderful aspect, the respect towards own mother. How to respect your own mother, how to serve your mother. That's called Matru Bhakti. Sri Ramakrishna used to praise Ganesha, and he himself used to tell, all through my life, that his master is telling that all through his life he maintained that filial attitude, Matru Bhakti, looking at all the women as the Divine Mother, that is like Ganesha. Master used to tell that. So to understand that wonderful pure aspect, that wonderful ideal of Ganesha, let us before may sing a beautiful song on Ganesha. This song which I am going to sing is well known to you. You can also sing this song after me. Victory to Lord Ganesha, victory to Lord Ganesha. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Mata jaake Parvati, Mata jaake Parvati. लड्डूवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, लड्डूवन को भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। What is that wonderful aspect which Master used to praise about Ganapati so much? We all know the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, that is Sharat Chandra, or he was called Swami Shardananda. Sharat Chandra Chakravarti and Shashibhushana Chakravarti were cousin brothers. They came to Master at a very young age. Now later on, this Sharat Chandra Chakravarti or Sharadananda became the first General Secretary of the whole worldwide Ramakrishna Math and Mission. Now, when as a youth he used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, he is narrating one day, while living at Dakshineshwar, the master made mention of his own lifelong, not one day or 2 days, lifelong filial attitude towards all women, and told us a story from the Puranas. The story describes how firmly the knowledge of mother, filial relationship with all women, without any exception, was established in the heart of this Ganesha, the chief of the illumined ones. So, Gana Isha or Ganapati. So, Gana means group. Ganesha means we all see the group of Bhutagana which are always with Lord Shiva. Can any ordinary ghosts, hobgoblins and other things be with Lord Shiva? They are the great realized soul who have realized the Atman Shivoham or Parabrahmaham Brahmasmi, the great realized soul. So because they have realized, they don't behave in a normal way like us. Their behavior looks as if they are like ghosts. So they are all great beings. It's not easy for you to stay with Lord Shiva. You should be a very high being. So all that Gana, Shiva Gana, amongst them, Ganesha is the topmost. Gananantva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kaving Kavinam. Kaving means, Kavi is not a simple pot. It's not just a pot. The other meaning, real meaning of Kavi is one who has realized the self. God is called Kavi. So amongst the people who have realized God or Atman or Parabrahman, Kaving Kavinam is the topmost. Ganesha is the topmost, the highest knowledge. That's why he is worshipped first. Because of this wonderful quality of Lord Ganesha, he is worshipped first. What is that? Let us hear from the wonderful mouth of Sri Ramakrishna. So, Ganesha, the chief of the illumined ones. Before, we were told this story by Sri Ramakrishna. Sharadanandaji is telling, we did not have much of devotion to Ganesha and reverence for this pot-bellied Lambodara, pot-bellied, we just now called bulky stomach. Here, Sharadanandaji is telling pot-bellied, elephant-faced God with the exudation of flowing from his temples and eating sweets, Modaka Priya. Just now we sang in that song, Laddu Vanako Bhog Lage Sant Kare Seva. So they give Laddu to Ganesha to please him. So now we thought we didn't have much respect to Ganesha, tell Sharadanandaji. But since we heard the story from Master's holy mouth, we have the conviction that Ganesha was truly fit to be worshipped before all the gods, as indeed he is worshipped. So we all think because his head was cut off in the war by Shiva, so to please Mother Parvati, all the gods and other different Vishnu, Narayana, everybody gave so many boons. Because of that, Ganesha got it. No. As Swami Vivekananda at one place tells, you may be put into the place of a king or an emperor or to a high post. Until you deserve it, you cannot stay there for long. Until you have that capacity, you deserve it, you cannot stay in that place. So, what is that? Lord Ganesha deserved the first worship. Let us see. The story is this. One day, Lord Ganesha, when he was a very small boy of 5 years or 6 years, you know, the children are very mischievous. It's not cruelty, but out of innocence. So what did he do? He saw a white female cat. So what did he do? What will the children do if they get a dog or a cat or any other animal, they will go to hurt it. They will play, push it, pull it. One day Lord Ganesha was wandering in the forest in search of activity to amuse himself as a small child. So he was known for his naughty and impulsive nature, because all children are like that, you know. Some of the parents used to come when I was looking after the students, adolescent students for 22 years in Bangalore, the Ramakrishna Vidyarthi Mandiram. So now, many of the parents used to come and complain to me, Swamiji, my child is very naughty, very mischievous. Then I used to tell, yes, children are to be mischievous and naughty. Can we be naughty after we grow old? The children are to be mischievous. That is the indication they have a lot of strength. Then what are we to do? We have to channelize that strength in the proper direction. Then they would become a wonderful personality. So don't complain that they are mischievous and naughty. That is an indication that they are very healthy and they are very strong and they have a lot of power in them. So only what you have to do is to channelize that. So small children are mischievous and naughty. Haven't you heard how naughty and mischievous Lord Krishna was as a baby? How he would steal butter? He used to go and do lot of problem in Vrindavan. Swami Vivekananda was also very mischievous in his childhood. So all children are. Now, while wandering there, he saw a female cat. And what did he do? He pursued that cat. And it was running for life. Ganesha had no intent to hunt the cat or trouble it, but he wanted to play. He thought that the cat was playing along and chased it with more vigor. The cat, in its trying to escape, got scratched up by the branches of the tree. When Ganesha saw the cat hiding behind a tree, he shot arrows at the cat. Ganesha got hold of it and flung it in the ground. The cat got mud all over him, and Ganesha's feet were all immersed now in mud. And the cat somehow, because it was pinched and bruised, and somehow escaped from the hands of Ganesha and ran away. Then he forgot, as a small child, as every children do not have any attachment to anything, they forget and they go to the next activity. So what happened? He came to his house because maybe he was hungry to ask food from his mother, the Divine Mother Durga. Then when he comes to his mother, he sees on the person of Mother Durga, there is bruises, marks, blood, scratches, so much of wound on her body. This child Ganesha was surprised. He told, what is this, mother? Who caused you so much of wound? Ganesha, he was loving his mother so much. Nobody can compete with Ganesha to that extent he loved his mother. The Matru Bhakti, the intense devotion to his mother. When he saw his mother had so much of cut and bruise, he started crying and asking mother, how did this happen? Mother took him on his lap with great love. She told, my dear child, it is you who caused me this. He was surprised. How can I cause you, mother? I loved you so much. I serve you so much. How can I cause you this wound and bruises on your body, person? Then the Divine Mother asked him, my child, did you hurt any living being today? Yes, mother. While I was playing, I caught hold of a she-cat. At that time, while I was playing, I hurt it. Then mother told him, my dear child, from today, know for certain, in every living being, I exist. What is that? The mother told, it's very important thing we have to note. What is that beautiful thing? Parvati then explained it to her son, that all life on earth constituted her body. As a protector of life, she and her and his father, Shiva, had the onus of taking care of all life on the earth. So the mother told Ganesha, know for certain from today, in all the female beings, whether it is an insect, whether it is a bird, whether it is a microbe or human being, in all the female beings, your mother Durga, that is I exist. Whatever you do to any female beings, whether it is human beings or any other animals or insects or microbes, that directly comes to me. In all the male beings, your father Shiva exists. Whatever you do to any male beings, whether it is human being, whether it is insects or birds or microbes, that directly reaches your father Shiva. Negatively, if you do harm, it reaches them. Positively, if you do good things, that also reaches me. If you respect, if you serve any female being, that reaches me. If you respect and serve any male being, it goes to Lord Shiva. What a beautiful way. What Sri Ramakrishna has taught us in Ramakrishna Ashram. What is that? Shivagnane Jiva Seva. Seeing God in every living being and serving them. We have been given that by Sri Ramakrishna through Vivekananda to us, and that you can see here. And Ganesha had that Shraddha. See, that is the important thing. What is that Shraddha? We all have belief in so many things, but we don't have Shraddha. What is the difference between Shraddha and belief? So in English, very, very difficult to have that word, faith and belief. So for the sake of transaction, let us have this as Shraddha means faith. And belief means just I believe something. We believe in God. We are told something, we believe in it. What is the difference? When you put that belief into action, it becomes Shraddha. So if you have Shraddha, Ramakrishna tells you can immediately realize God. Then what did Ganesha do from that childhood? He kept that words of his mother in his heart, and he started practicing that all through his life. He never forgot it. In every action, he followed what his mother told. Now, what happened? Parvati Devi, whose gross external form the universe sees, said, try to remember Ganesha, in every female being I exist. In every male being your father Shiva exists. Every female forms are parts of me, and those having male forms are parts of your father Shiva. There is no person or things in the world other than Shiva and Shakti. Ganesha had faith in those words and enshrined them in his heart. When he reached the marriageable age, when he became a youth, his mother told Ganesha, now you have come to the age of marriage, why don't you marry a girl and settle down? Then Ganesha told, no mother, I am not going to marry. I will be a brahmachari all through my life. Why is it, my child? Why do you want to have this attitude? Why don't you marry like anybody else? Then he told, mother, when I was a child, what did you tell? You exist in all the female beings. If I marry or have any physical relationship, that means it will be like with my own mother. I see my mother in all the female beings. So I will stay all through my life with that pure attitude. That's why Ganesha is a brahmachari all through. That Riddhi and Siddhi are just powers, they are not wives. We should not compare or imagine such things in the gods at that higher level. That is, there is no bodily contact. So that pure filial attitude, Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, I too had all through my life had that wonderful filial attitude. So he saw his own father in every living being, his own mother. That's why that highest knowledge. What did Shardanandaji ask Sri Ramakrishna after that? When he told, ask for a boon, Shardanandaji, when he was asked by Sri Ramakrishna to ask a boon, later on, he told, I want to see God in all the living beings. Sri Ramakrishna told, That is the last word of spirituality. Where do you want it now? Sharadanandaji told, I don't want anything lower than that. I want that highest. And at the end of his life, when Asheshanandaji asked him, he told, yes, I see God in all the living beings. That is the highest ideal Ganesha represents, to see God in all the livings, and especially that intense devotion to Mother. Seeing Mother in all the female beings and respecting them. Now, is there any higher women empowerment which you can see? Higher pure attitude than you can see if we teach this beautiful story? It's not a story, it is a thing which happened thousands of years back. Now to our children, won't they have that wonderful good attitude towards all the female beings? They will respect them. There will be no abuse. There will be no trouble. There will be no problems of all what you see, the cruelty and other things. So why don't we give such wonderful things to our children, whereby we get this pure attitude of Ganesha? Now you have seen what a great ideal Ganesha has set in front of us. I think I will not go forward to tell any other thing. If I tell, then that will be diluted with one last thing. What is that? It is also connected with that thing. What is that? When there was a competition between Kartikeya and Ganesha to go round the whole universe and get that wonderful mango, the divine mango. What happened? Kartikeya went with that beautiful mount of his peacock to go round the whole universe. Very fast, he was very strong. But Ganesha kept quiet. He didn't move. Very calmly, he stood up. He went round his father and mother thrice, seeing the whole universe in his father and mother, and the whole universe inside his own father and mother, and in the universe his own. That is the highest knowledge one can attain in spiritual life. To see Parabrahman, God in everything, everything in your own father and mother. The highest manifestation of God is in our own father and mother. Philanthropy, religion starts at charity, begins at home. So that is the ideal which Ganesha represents. What a pure ideal. We have heard only stories, different stories, but we don't apply that into our life. I think the highest we have got, the ideal which Lord Ganesha stands for. With that, let us keep that ideal, that Shraddha which Ganesha stands for. Practice that, inculcate that as much as possible in our life, whatever extent it is possible, and be blessed and go forward in our spiritual life. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ganesha Arpanamastu.